Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the KBW Podcast. Call it the KBW Reunion Podcast. Call it the KBW Recap Podcast. Call it whatever you want. Just make sure every Tuesday you're right here listening to me and my two colleagues, who I have with me right now.
The biggest and the baddest.
They did it at the same time. They already fucked it up. See, this is why I don't do the intro, because I usually wait. Till the last one. Go ahead.
Exactly. Go ahead, Bulldozer. You got it.
The biggest and the baddest in all of KBW, the Bulldozer.
And I'm the assassin, AK-47. I am who I am, and I am different from everybody else. We're back, episode 6. We all know the drill by now. Let's get right into it.
Well, hold on. I haven't introduced myself.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the best at what I do. Mr. Better Than You, Kage, a.k.a. Fuego del Sol. Real quick before we jump into the podcast, I always have to point out we do have a KBW Wrestling TikTok account and a KBW Wrestling Instagram account. We have not been as active as we need to be, but there should be a lot more videos coming in this week and the week than last week. Hopefully you saw a bunch more. We're filming this a week prior. But we've been talking about starting the KBW membership. You can do memberships now here on YouTube. We're thinking about a few different tiers. Maybe it's just a little as a $1 tier just to show some support. You would get none of the perks and goodies, but just showing us, hey, I got $1. We'll throw it to the KBW guys. We also thinking about a $5 tier where you would get the podcast earlier than everybody else, as well as a shout out at the end of the video. We're thinking about maybe 1 or 2 more tiers to make you an executive producer, where you also get to choose the react every week, get to ask us questions every week that we answer on the pod, and get unseen footage from KBW. Matches that we never uploaded for whatever reason, you will get to see that in the highest tier. But we want to hear your ideas. What do you think we should post? What do you think should be some of the benefits? What would make you subscribe to the KBW membership here on YouTube? But we've been enjoying this podcast regardless. If you want to listen for free, we appreciate you just jumping in here, listening, taking a stroll down memory lane, just like us, laughing alone every week. We got so much fantastic feedback from the Pac-Man episode last week. We definitely want to bring you on more guests in the future. Like we said, D-Man, Pitbull, maybe Paul Wall, Mr. O, Big Time Mike. We got a lot of people in mind to bring on in the future. But your support would mean the world to us, because it would help us and motivate us. There's a lot of time and effort and energy going into editing this podcast, getting together every week. It's been a blast for us and we enjoy it. But if you've enjoyed it and want to throw us a couple bucks, it would mean the world. Boys, what do y'all think?
Yeah, I agree. Just give us your ideas, and we'd love to hear them. And I had a great time last week with Pac-Man Boys. I don't know about y'all, but that was a hilarious episode. Oh, man.
Yeah.
We definitely got to get some more guests on soon.
Yeah, that was super, super hilarious. I don't think I laughed that much in a long time when Pac-Man was on. The feet pick story was insane.
Legendary.
Super legendary. Like I couldn't believe that actually happened. I go back and watch just that part like 10 or 12 times. It's just so funny. So go back and watch if you haven't yet. Episode 5 with Pac-Man. He was a big hit. A lot of people wanted him on the pod. We got him, and it was a great success. So I'm excited to get more guests in as well.
Hell yeah. And for this week, as the title suggests, we are breaking down what some would say the rivalry that carried KBW. The two icons of KBW, AK-47, Kage, one-on-one. They wrestled so many times. We're going to break down those matches, talk about our favorites, talk about the highlights of them. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I've teased it for a week. We talked about doing a not top 10, the most obscure KBW characters. Right? People that showed up for 1 or 2 or 3 videos. Maybe season 1 regulars that disappeared off the face of the earth. We have the not top 10. But instead of doing it in a list, I have developed and devised a game. So we're going to play this game today where I test AK-47's and the Bulldozer's knowledge on these obscure KBW characters. Here's how the game works. For each obscure character, I will give 3 hints, 1 hint at a time. The first hint being the hardest, and if someone guesses the right answer, they'll get 3 points for that first hint. If no one gets it, we drop to the second hint. It's only worth 2 points. And then finally, I'll give the easiest hint, the really one that everybody should get, and put it all together after the first 3 questions. That'll be worth 1 point. We're going to tally up the scores at the end of the game. If we have a tie, I have a special tiebreaker question as well. Boys, how are you feeling about this game?
Not good. Not good at all.
I've already informed the boys that the original Renegades, Double T, TW, Dynamite, CJ will not be a part of this game. I have already informed them that the Disciples will not be a part of this. Disciples had a small match in Season 2, came back in the later seasons in the KBW TV era. I should have put them on the list, but I decided against it. I feel like I got even more obscure. And you can play along. If you were a diehard KBW fan, you might know some of these. I doubt you will, though, because they're that obscure. Here's the thing I didn't point out, right? For each obscure character, AK and Dustin, Bulldozer, will only get 1 guess, right? So if they use the guess on 3 points, it's done. It's over with. They can't guess again. The other guy will get the chance to listen to the 2 other hints. They won't even be able to guess. So I'm sure some of these guys, I'll say a hint that could be applied to 2 different people on the list, right? So you'd have to take a shot at guessing. I'm sure someone's going to guess wrong, and then after another hint, they're going to be like, oh my God, why did I not wait? Now I know who it is, right? So, boys, are we ready to play?
I'm ready. I love games, as most people know, so let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to read the hint, and then whoever guesses first gets the point. However, remember, you will not be able to guess again. We're going to start off with some easier ones, and it slowly gets harder and harder as we make our way down the list.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for your first obscure KBW wrestler and the hint?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. This guy was only in 3 videos in the later seasons of KBW. He only had 3 matches. He might have been in more videos, but he only had 3 matches.
3 matches. Okay. I already got one in my head.
You can wait for the next hint.
I need the next hint.
Yeah, AK?
I think I might risk this one.
He's going to risk it.
I might risk this one.
Oh, God.
He's going to risk it.
3 matches?
Yeah, he's only in 3 matches.
No looking
Later
it up.
seasons. I'm not looking. Well, how would I look it up?
I'm putting you on the clock, AK.
All right.
You want to wait for the next hint? The next hint.
No.
Next hint.
Okay, go ahead.
The next hint is he has a win over Kage.
Oh. Win over Kage, that means he fought Kage.
Yes.
One-on-one.
Did he only have 3 matches?
I believe he might have had 1 or 2 more, but for my count right now, in my head, he only had 3 matches. This is the 2 point. This is for 2 points right here. Someone wants to take a guess.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and guess. I don't know if it's the right answer, but this was my initial answer. It hasn't changed, but I don't know if he beat you, though.
I feel like you got it. I feel like you got it.
I think I might have it.
I'm going to say Major Brown.
Damn! That's what I was going to say.
Major Brown is incorrect.
So
Major Brown is incorrect.
Yes.
Also, just for future reference, Major Brown, not on the list.
What?
Not on the list.
Damn.
Wow.
Would you like your last hint?
I'm out, so.
Yeah.
Would you like your last hint?
Yeah, I need it.
He is younger than all of us.
That's not an easy hint. Everybody's younger than all of us.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more. He's younger than all of us, and he was also in the first match ever for the Native American Championship.
I have no idea.
Really? Nobody.
I have no idea.
I'm going to go one more, and this one will give it away. His name rhymes.
Oh. I didn't know he beat you though. That's the thing. I didn't know.
Yeah, that was the obscure one right there. Jace the Ace
Jace
was
the
the
Ace,
answer
yeah.
I was looking for. Jace the Ace. Jace the
I
Ace.
forgot about Jace the Ace.
Jace the Ace. His father was married to my mother for a small amount of time. They're no longer. He used to be my stepbrother. He's no longer my stepbrother. He was in the inaugural match for there was 6 people in that Native American title match, which D-Man won. He's in that. I did an open challenge one time. He come out, he beat me. It's the same video that I wrestled the Bama Kid in. I lost 2 matches in one night to Bama Kid and to Jace the Ace because AK and the Renegades cost me the match, right? And he was, I believe he's only in 3 matches. That one where he wrestled me, the Fatal 4-Way for the team qualifying match. No, he wasn't in the team. Was he in that one? I think he did come out and say, I didn't have a qualifying match, put me in the match. No, he wasn't. I can't remember. That's how obscure Jace the Ace is.
I don't think
I remember for sure he wrestled me. I remember for sure he wrestled in the 6-man, and he probably had a KBW TV match as well. I just can't remember.
I don't think I ever.
That's how obscure.
The 3 videos threw me off because I only thought Jace the Ace was only in 1 video.
No, he was in multiple videos.
And I definitely didn't know he beat you.
Yeah, I know. I knew that was a good hint. Because I knew it would throw you off the scent of Jace the Ace. I for sure thought you had it. I never wrestled Major Brown one-on-one in the later seasons.
Oh.
I wrestled Major Brown in season 1 when he was still Mr. Brown. Never wrestled him in the later. We should have definitely run that one. We did not. Major Brown now, someone asked about him being on the podcast. He's went a bad direction in life, so he will never be on the podcast.
Yeah, let's not, We'll move on.
Okay, this one. This is, I don't want to give it away too easy, but there's not even a lot of hints that I could give for this guy. Okay, y'all ready? Still 0-0.
All right.
This guy was in 1 video ever, and it's pretty popular. Now, see, that probably gives you about a 50-50 of who this person is. 1 video ever, pretty popular, but he was...
Too quick.
Oh, okay.
Too quick.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. Too quick.
You got it.
Is that correct
I was
answer?
stuck between Too Quick and Tornado. I was like, because Tornado was in a popular video as well. So
Hey, that was
Too
one of the
quick.
questions. What happened to Too Quick? And I think have we explained it already?
Yeah, I thought we did explain it. He is a German exchange student. We answered it last week on the pod. Not last week, the week before last on the pod. Too Quick was a German exchange student that came in and helped us out for 1 video.
yeah.
The next one,
All right, I need to step up.
I'm going to do the same hint. He was only in 1 video, and it was very popular.
Tornado.
AK got it. So we're tied up 3-3. He said it first.
That was the guy
Literally
I was
on my
of
list.
last one. So
Yeah, on my list, they're back to back. I hated that he said it. Right? I wanted to keep going in order because it goes from hardest, from easiest to hardest, right? So it gets harder as we go down.
And are we
Okay.
going? Hold on. Before you continue, is this reverse? Is this like? Are you going from? I guess
I'm going
best to worst.
from easiest guest to hardest guest is what I'm doing. Okay? I really thought Jace the Ace would be the easier one, but the hints were hard now that I think about it. All right, you ready for the next one? Number 4, the 4th obscure KBW character. Okay. This guy was only in 1 season of KBW.
that's it. That's the hint.
That's it.
And yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how do I not give this away.
1 season.
He was only in 1 season of KBW, and he was aligned with me. With Kage. He was aligned with Kage.
Aligned with Kage. 1 season.
Any guesses?
I have one, but I don't want to give it to AK.
Don't give it unless you are certain of it. I got another. I can
2
move
in my
on to
head.
number 2.
I mean,
I
wait.
can move on to number 2.
You already said Dynamite's not out, but he
Yeah,
was
no.
kind of. Was he part of you?
He was never aligned with me though. Dynamite was aligned with you, and then went to the
Me.
Renegades.
Yes, me. Yeah, never mind. I'm trying to think who was aligned. You don't have many.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
He's a former champion in KBW.
Former champion.
I got one of two.
Former champion, and he was aligned with you. He was in. Well, you said what season? He was a.
I did not say what season.
You said what?
That'll be the next hint.
But no, what was the? You said it was
first hint was he was only in one season of KBW.
Okay.
He was only in one season, and he was aligned with me. Second hint was he's a champion in KBW.
We'll say Michigan boy.
Never a champion in KBW, and now you're not allowed to guess on the last hint. Would you like the last hint, AK, or do you want to take a shot?
I mean, I might as well, I guess. Yeah, wait till the last hint.
Okay, last hint.
I got one in my mind, but
a prominent fixture in season 1 of KBW.
God, that's so weighted.
Fireman.
Fireman is the correct answer.
That was the one season I was gonna guess.
Why did you think Michigan Boy was champion?
I don't remember Fireman being champion. I don't know.
He beat me in the first ever title match at KBW. He beat Kage 1-on-1 to win the title. D-Man eventually took the title off of him.
I had no.
That's how it went.
Was this on me?
Yeah.
So I got.
I can't believe. Say again.
I was gonna try.
So now the score is 4-3.
Yeah.
4-3, AK's way. Are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
I can't believe how this lined up. Okay. Next one. This guy only ever appeared in one video ever in KBW.
Okay. I'm going to guess this one 3 points. But I don't know his name. Like, if I give you...
Don't guess then. Don't guess. Don't guess. Just hold it. I'm trying to give you a shot here. Don't guess.
Hold on. Discord's kind of choppy a little bit. Right?
Yeah, you're good. He didn't take a guess.
Oh, okay.
I told him don't guess.
Don't guess. Why not?
I told him don't guess because I wanted. That was an obscure hint. Okay, we're gonna go ahead to hint number 2. Okay, this guy competed in a title match.
Michigan Boy.
It is the Michigan Boy. It is the correct answer. I can't believe it lined up that way because I wasn't expecting you to say Tornado or Too Quick earlier. Then I wasn't expecting him to say Michigan Boy on the last question. This is the Michigan Boy. I guess we did not explain Fireman and Michigan Boy. Fireman lived down the street from me, D-Man and CJ. Again, me, D-Man and CJ, all brothers. He lived down the street. He played a lot of games. We played backyard football, cops and robbers, baseball, all of that. Again, he was never really a wrestling fan, and slowly but surely there was a 7 to 8 month gap between season 1 and season 2. Me and AK kind of helped restart season 2, and me and the Fireman were not really good friends, and he'd already kind of went in a different path in his life. We weren't hanging out as often as we used to, so he never came back to KBW. Michigan Boy was a friend, but he lived about 20 minutes away, right? And again, not a wrestling fan at all, was just hanging out with us one weekend. He went down another. So not a lot of people, a lot of these obscure characters were never wrestling fans. They were just friends of ours that we used once or twice, and then they disappeared, right? Or they lived far away, so we couldn't bring them back. A lot of people that ended up being fixtures of KBW lived close to us and loved wrestling enough to want to keep doing this, right, guys?
Right.
All right, we're halfway through the obscure ones. Now, I think this is where the difficulty really ramps up.
I got 6 points.
So
I just want to make sure.
Yes, 6 points to 3 points.
Okay.
Dustin, you can get right back in it with a 3-point answer. I'm gonna try to make these hints a little bit better because they're even more. These are hard for me to even give hints for because they're so obscure. Okay.
All right.
This guy was in the only ever cage match that KBW had.
Cage match?
Yes, we had a cage match, and it's the only one ever. The objective of the cage match was to climb over the porch. You had to go from the trampoline. You know how we had the porch that we jumped off of? You had to climb over the porch.
Oh my God, why can't I remember this? I don't got it.
All right, I'm going to go to the next hint. Are we ready?
Ready.
The next hint is that, again, This guy was only featured in season 1 of KBW.
I got one guy in mind, but I just don't think it's him. I don't know why. I could just guess and just. I mean, we're already at 2.
You could guess.
If Dustin gets it, I mean, he still wouldn't pass me right now. So
I think he gets it. I think he could get it. I don't know. I don't want to give hints.
I just don't think you would fight this guy in a cage match. No, never mind. That's not. It can't be because the way I remember it is he definitely was not in a cage match. Maybe.
I knew the cage match thing would throw you off as the first. Like I said, he's only ever in season 1.
Season 1, like I wasn't a part of season 1 really, so that's
I wasn't either.
my main blind spot.
Yeah. Neither of these guys were, and that's where a lot of these obscure characters come from.
Jeez, man. Yeah. Wait, I gotta wait till next hint. I don't know.
Oh my God, I got that wrong. I'm sorry. I have to redo my hint. He was in season 1, and he just one match ever in season 2.
Oh. Okay, maybe I can go back to this. Because the match I was thinking of, I was like, wait, it wasn't a cage match he was in. But if he was in another match, maybe.
You want the last hint? Or do you want to take a guess?
I'm just going to go and... Maybe... I don't want to guess this person's name. Because I don't know if Doe's even thinking about this person yet. So he'll
No, then don't guess it.
He'll
I don't know. Maybe. We've talked about him on the podcast before. So I don't know. Just very rarely. It was very brief that we talked about it.
That's a hint.
Yeah.
Bro, this is so fun. I'm trying to think. It's just like a good brain, like...
Yeah, it is a brain teaser. Do you want me to give you the last hint? Worth 1 point. Or do you want to just take a guess?
Yeah, I'm thinking of one name. That's all I can think of, but I don't think it's him.
Just say it. Say it. Just say it. Or I can wait for the last one. Last hint.
I'm going to say... The Train?
You're correct. The Train is the correct answer.
Yes.
My last hint would have been he wrestled you in a title match.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I would have got that, yeah. Because I remember him wrestling me. But I was like, you said cage match, and you said that's the only match he was in. I was like, well, it can't be him.
Yeah. The Train versus Cage in a cage match is what we ended up doing. He was also in the last video of season 1 the next to last video of season 1 where D-Man got the thing sprayed in his face because AK and the Train carried him out on the stretcher.
Yes.
Right now, AK is up 8-3, but you can still come back.
Yeah, and the Train has one of the funniest things I always go back to. One of the funniest lines is like, the Train, I think, he was pinning me, and I kicked out, and he said, this is so funny how he said, he goes, what's it gonna take?
Yes, what's it gonna take?
What's it gonna take? It's just
I couldn't remember the iconic line. I couldn't remember that iconic line.
It was just so funny to me how he said it. But, alright, continue.
Give me just a second, because I gotta make sure this one is a little bit more difficult for me.
Oh, God. I'm just getting worse, these. I should have got Fireman, damn it.
Oh man, I've used this hint a bunch, but it works. But I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
This person was only in one KBW video ever, and it was during the later seasons of KBW.
Ooh. Only one KBW video ever during later seasons.
Yes.
Am I allowed to ask you a question?
What are you gonna ask?
Was he a part of a tag team?
That's a hint.
That is a hint, so I
That'll be a
can't
hint.
give that away if it's a yes or no. Take a shot.
I don't know his name.
Tell me who you're
He's
thinking.
Big Time Mike's partner.
Do you know his name?
I do not. I don't even remember his name.
AK, do you know his name?
No, you can't give it to AK.
I'm giving you the. But if he can get the name, I'm gonna knock off a point.
Oh snap! It was What's his name? We just talked about him not too long ago. Because we was talking about Big Time Mike, and he brought over his friend.
Was it like Too Smooth?
No, that is horrible.
Too smooth.
I know he had some stupid name, did he not?
I'm gonna cut it off because we're rolling deep into this podcast already. I didn't expect it to be this far. The Dream, Dominic Roberts. The Dream, Dominic Roberts. He teamed up with Big Time Mike. Yeah, I'm gonna give him 3. I'm gonna give him 3 for it. So that puts him at 6 to your 8. It's 8-6 right now. The Dream, Dominic Roberts. He was a friend of Big Time Mike's. A lot of people don't know, Big Time Mike drove nearly an hour every time to come film with us at KBW. And that guy lived close to him, but was not a wrestling fan. Kind of just drove with him for the first time ever for Big Time Mike to come down. Mm-hmm. And then Big Time Mike slowly but surely just came down by himself the rest of the times. And Big Time Mike, better as a wrestler and as an entertainer than Dominic the Dream Roberts. Mm-hmm. But I'll give it to Bulldozer for that one. 6-8.
All right.
Okay.
Are we ready for the next one?
Run out of steam here. Let's go.
Yeah, I think neither of y'all get this, no matter how many hints I give.
Yeah, I'm kind of I've done out of names.
Yeah, I am too.
You're out of names. That's wild that you're out of names.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're gonna be mad when I give you this one.
Okay. Okay.
This man was only in season 1 of KBW.
Another bad.
But he was in multiple videos.
And you
see, the season 1 roster is not that big.
I know.
It's crazy.
That's the bad part.
Yeah.
And you said I could. Oh, I know it. I don't know his wrestling name though.
Oof.
Say his real name.
I know it.
First name.
Do you want to take the shot? You don't have to take the shot now. You can wait for another hint.
Oh, I think I know his wrestling name now. I'm gonna say it. Wait, say it. Say the hint. Say the hint again.
The hint was he was only in season 1, but he was in multiple videos. That's the first hint.
What's his name? Is it Roadrunner?
No.
No? Okay.
That is incorrect. There's no wrestler named Roadrunner.
Well, it's not? Well,
no. You're yeah.
Do you know who I'm thinking of?
I do know who you're thinking of. You just hold that.
But it's not him.
Okay. It's not him.
Well, I lost.
Hint number 2. This guy was in 3 matches. And in one of the matches, it was the last ever match of season 1 of KBW. Again, I don't think Bulldozer has a shot at it.
No.
To be honest.
No, I don't. Let's go ahead and give me the last hint.
The last hint is that he is related to one of the other names on the list that we've already talked about.
Related.
Oh. Wait, no.
I think AK might have got it. No?
No, because you just said it wasn't him. It's like, related. Who did we say already? No. No.
I give up.
No.
The person I'm thinking of is Little Weaver. Zach Weaver.
Oh my god.
Was in multiple videos.
I was thinking of Blake. That's who I was thinking of. He was Roadrunner.
No, he was never. He never wrestled in KBW. Blake did. His brother did. He's cousins with Fireman. But yes, he was only in a couple videos. He wrestled CJ a couple times. I think he might have wrestled Kage as well. Little Weaver is on the list. He is related to Fireman. Are we ready for the next one? Like I said, it only gets harder from here.
How many more we got, David?
There's 2 more, and then there's a hard one that you might get on the last hint. You would definitely get it. probably.
Okay.
But this person was only in 2 KBW videos ever.
Okay. 2 KBW videos ever.
Yes. I told you they get more obscure and more obscure. Is there anyone more obscure than Little
And when you
Weaver
say
that you
2
can think
KBW
of?
videos, you mean matches, right?
Yes, I'm going to say 2 matches. He was in 2 matches in KBW.
Okay. Wasn't just some backstage thing.
No.
Who else are we missing at this point? 2. You said 2. That's a big one. We done said him. We done knocked those. Oh, who else do we use? Well, I need another hint. What's gonna probably make it for me if it's later season or earlier season. Let's see.
This person is in. This person only competed in 2 matches. One match was a tag match. One match was a singles match.
One match was a tag match. One match was. We haven't had that many tag matches really, so. Let me think.
It really messed me up. You said Frazier's not in it. You said the Disciples aren't in it.
Yeah.
You ready for your last hint? This one will really give it away.
Okay.
This person never had a KBW name.
Never had a KBW name. Okay.
He never had a KBW name.
Is it a WWE name?
Well, how many other names on the channel will we have?
Is it Edge?
Can you give me the real name of the person?
No. It's Edge.
You got it. You just got to know the name of the person.
I don't even know.
Oh wait. Is there another? Can we ask questions? Is there no other hint or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Ask a question.
Is he very young? Like, I'm trying to think. If I'm thinking of this right person.
No, he's y'all's age.
He's our age. I don't know why. There's no way he did KBW. Why am I thinking of this guy? I don't know why I'm thinking of him.
This guy's in the first 2 videos ever of KBW. The tag match where we use WWE superstars names. The singles match right after where we use WWE names. Who is the guy? Come on.
Does he live on Batillo Road?
No.
Oh my god. Red Fox.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about Edge. Also known.
DJ Galway?
No. Hunter. Hunter is the first guy.
Hunter. I forgot about
His
Hunter.
real name's Hunter. I knew that would be obscure. I knew that would be
all
obscure.
about Hunter, man. Hunter, man.
Alright, this is my last one. Even more obscure than him.
Jesus.
This
okay.
person was in early season 1 videos, never wrestled a match.
Never wrestled a match.
Your sister.
No.
Hey, you said it was super hard. I don't know. I thought maybe she was in a video somehow for some reason.
Second hit, this person was in a tag team.
But when that was in a match?
Never in a match. He's in a tag team.
What is this?
I knew this was gonna be difficult. I wasn't expecting to be this difficult.
Are they young? Or say
They are young.
Okay, maybe.
The last hint. This guy
Is it
was
like one of like D-Man's like close friends?
I can't keep giving hints.
I mean, I have no idea. Honestly.
This guy was in the beginning of KBW video.
Oh. Did he have a wrestling name?
Yes, kind of. He was the tag team he was gonna be in was with a guy who would later change his name to T-Rex.
This might be a very dark question.
No, God, don't.
What?
B from B&T. B&T in the beginning of KBW, I had Blaine and Trey, B&T, come up to me.
Okay.
In the video. They brawled with the Bama Boys, which were Paul Wall and Mr. Brown. The beginning of KBW. They then helped jump Major Mr. Brown in a match with me later on. It was 2 videos. That was really the only 2 videos he was in. Right?
Gotcha.
What was the dark question you were going to ask?
I'm thinking of someone. I didn't know if there was in the KBW video or not.
I know. No. I know what you're about.
All right, here we go. Last one. This one I did not have on the list, but I threw it on here because the last hint will give it away. It should give it away.
There was another one? I thought that was the last one.
That was the last one I originally had on my list. I put one more on here.
It's the bonus.
Ready?
I'll win.
Bonus question.
Okay.
This person was a manager in KBW.
Manager? Like an enforcer?
Oh my God, I just thought of an even more obscure person.
Oh God, okay. This could go on forever. Manager. Manager. Who would be a manager?
Second hint. They managed Paul Wall in a match.
Paul Wall. Who was with Paul Wall? Are you talking about Rock, your brother?
No. Last hint. I'll still give AK a chance to answer. The only female ever in a KBW video.
What's her name? Starts with a B.
Think about the previous hint. Dozer. Manage Paul Wall. Who would manage Paul Wall?
Was it oh my God. No, shut up, AK. Shut up.
Who's gonna get it first?
Who's gonna get it first? Sister, right?
Major Brown? No. Kathleen was never in a. Kat was never in a video.
Does it start with a B?
Yes.
I know who it is. I can't say that.
Lived across the road from me.
Brandy.
What's her name? Brandy.
Bodacious Brandy was in a video.
I knew it. I just couldn't think of her name. I couldn't think of her
I got
name.
one more obscure.
Oh, God.
I won't even give hints. He was only in one video ever. He helped me in a match. He worked for me.
He worked for you. What do you mean worked for you? Like in the job wise? Like an actual job?
Yeah, like what if you think of a wrestler, what's something that they would have to maybe negotiate stuff with?
Man.
Like
agent.
Or
my cousin Will.
Money in the Bank won. He helped me win the first ever Money in the Bank. Will the agent. Yes, so we've had Jace the Ace, Too Quick, Tornado, Fireman, Michigan Boy, The Train, Dominic, The Dream, Little Weaver. The Hunter is what Edge's name would have been if he would have been in the KBW videos. The Hunter. B from B&T, Bodacious Brandy, and now Will the Agent.
Man.
I couldn't believe this went that long. I'm sure people who didn't watch season 1 did not like this podcast so far. I didn't think it would take this long, but it's a fun game. It was fun to watch you guys struggle.
I just forgot completely.
Yeah, I forget about him. I forgot Little Weaver was a thing until last week. Little Weaver. I forgot he was a thing until last week. He's in multiple videos.
I thought Blake Weaver was in a thing. I thought he was. But
No, never wrestled. We did film a match with him, never got uploaded.
Yeah.
Now, should we talk about the title of this video, which originally I didn't think that game was going to last that long, so we're going to title this Part 1, because there'll probably be a Part 2. Let's talk about the greatest rivalry in KBW history. AK versus Kage. AK, do you have a favorite Kage versus AK match? I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think we talked about it, and thinking about it, of course, I like the shout out Falls Count. It's not my favorite, but I like the shout out Falls Count Anywhere match. I want to shout out that match. I think that was a fun one. I want to shout out Extreme Rules. That was a fun match we had.
Another good one.
But my favorite will be the Last Man Standing match, I think.
Well, you just shouted it out. You said it's not going to be it, and then you said I have to shout out to the Last Man Standing.
I said shout out to the Falls Count Anywhere match and the
okay.
Extreme Rules.
Can you name the matches in order that we had 1-on-1?
Another quiz show.
Was it non-title match?
Yes, which ended in a count out.
Submission match?
No.
That was not. No, that's the third match actually, right? Submission's the third.
Yes.
Match. Because the second match, your foot was on the rope, and we did the submission. Oh, it was 2 out of 3 falls.
No, Falls Count Anywhere was the next one.
Oh, that was the second.
We did normal one, then we did a Falls Count Anywhere, which I won.
Okay.
Then we did submission match. Mm-hmm. Then what's next?
Was it a 2 out of 3 falls match?
No. We never had a 2 out of 3 falls match.
I thought we did. I swear I thought we had a 2 out of 3 falls match.
No.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the Iron Man match because we had different pins and that one thing. But anyway, so it'll be fine.
What came after the submission match?
Can't be final match already. Is it final?
Yeah, final match is next. Final match is next.
It's so weird when we call it the final match, but it's definitely not the final.
It's definitely not the final match, but it's titled. It's titled the final match. Well, the reason it's titled the final match is because we weren't supposed to wrestle again until.
Oh yeah, we wasn't supposed to wrestle again until we was gonna be. Because it's supposed to be after was after the Money in the Bank or like one of the Royal Rumbles or something like that, or it's supposed to be.
I won the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I cashed in on you after a 2 out of 3 falls match with the Bama Kid. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
You had a Bama Kid. You had a 2 out of 3 falls with Bama Kid.
Yes.
And then I cashed in on you.
Which
that was just a quick little
is
nothing.
you.
Yeah.
So
yes,
it's obvious I would get those two confused.
yes, you would get those.
Because I'm still talking to you going through the match. So
anyway. Yeah. Then we had
after the final match, right? We're still after the final match.
Yeah.
We're not counting any of the brawls, are we?
No, we're not counting the brawls, but we should talk about those for sure.
Yes. House brawl, one of my favorites.
That's one of everybody's favorites.
Extreme Rules next?
Extreme Rules was next.
Then I don't know if it'd be Last Man Standing or Iron Man here. I will say Last Man Standing, Iron Man, and Leather Strap.
Last Man Standing, and then Iron Man, and then Leather Strap. You are correct.
There we go.
In between Leather Strap and Iron Man, can you name the multi-mans we were in together?
Multi-mans? I want to say, was it you and Dozer and me and Dynamite?
No, that wasn't in between. That was before. Wait, was it? That was before Iron Man. I'm thinking more of like not tags.
Oh, just this Royal Rumbles. What's what you mean?
Not just Royal Rumble. I mean, we did the Renegade Revolution Fatal 4-Way with
Triple Threat with Dustin.
CJ, and then Triple Threat with Dozer. That's the main two I was thinking of.
Okay, I thought you meant like tag team.
But you forgot a match that we had 1-on-1.
Oh, it was the match after the Leather Strap match, right?
It's a rematch.
Rematch, yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, we did it. We had a lot of matches. Right, so first match ever, it was fine. It wasn't great. Ended in a count out, but it helps kind of set up the rivalry. We come back, we have a Falls Count Anywhere match. What was the Falls Count Anywhere match? Really, just us brawling around the house. Yes. We went all the way around the house. It's the first video you can ever see my Volkswagen Passat in. I tried to put him in the trunk there. I couldn't get him in the trunk. We teased it there. Next match, submission match. We both tapped out at the same time, but if you go back and review the tape, you can really do frame by frame.
No.
I tapped first.
Yes,
I tapped first. If you really slow it down. Which AK then went on a talk show and was like, everybody go comment. Nick Cage tap first.
Had to.
Like the little bitch he is.
I mean, it was clear footage. I'm sorry.
Fucking weasel. He's a weasel.
Okay, you can't deny the footage.
Then we have the iconic final match where I jump off the roof, miss the splash, bounce up in the air, spear.
Yep.
One of the first matches Dozer commentated, I want to say. Mm-hmm. Right, Dozer? Maybe you commentated one before that?
Maybe.
But that one I went and picked him up just specifically to commentate. He did not wrestle at all that day. I think that was one of the first ones you done that. Commentary, so-so. At the time, I thought it was great. Went back and watched it recently. Not great. There's a lot of slip-ups in words. One of the reasons I started commentating because I slowly got more and more annoyed with Justin Williamson calling like backflip front flips or like front flip back flips and stuff like that.
I was the GOAT. You were jealous.
Yeah, you are the voice of KBW, for sure. You are. Justin Williamson is the voice of KBW.
No doubt.
But I don't think the rivalry really picks up until that final match because we pushed each other in a way that I've never pushed myself or you. Like, that's the one of the times I was like, oh, I'm getting good at planning these matches out. This is going to be good, right? And then I had the story. I'll lose the final match. I'll win the Money in the Bank. I will beat AK to bring it back. And then it leads to the Extreme Rules match, which we talked about a couple weeks ago that I got cut up open in. I did that flip off the roof. Not the roof, but off the thing through the table. I hit AK with a shovel in that match.
Oh, God, yeah. That shit hurt. I forgot to bring that up in the hardest bumps I took. That was gnarly.
AK setting that table up, but Kage hits him with the shovel.
Yeah, because I missed the flip the first time. I fell awkwardly, botched it. Yeah. So then I reset him up there, but as I was trying to set him back up there, he was getting up. So I clocked him with the shovel. Unplanned. I just hit his ass with a shovel. And then I said the best in the world thing and fell off. Yeah. Funny.
That was hilarious. I think I beat you because I threw you in and I hit the awesome knockout on the lids, right? Was that
wow. Did you? You did win that match. God, I really thought I won that match. No, I think you hit the awesome knockout and then I rolled to the floor. I think I won that match because I kept the title. I kept the Undisputed title until the Iron Man match.
Because I just remember after you missed, right? I remember throwing you in the ring and putting the lids down and hitting an awesome knockout on it. But maybe
I think you did, but I think that I took that momentum and fell out of the ring, so you couldn't pin me.
Then how did you come back in and win? Like, what was the last?
I think I hit a DDT. I hit a DDT and won.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think you hit the DDT on the lids, and I remember it because I think it like slid out from the trampoline. It was like,
yes, it slid out from under you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's.
There was one point in that match too where one of the lids bounced, and as you were coming down, like hit your throat.
Oh yeah, that was wild. Those lids, man, we used them.
It's so dumb. Those like those big buckets. What are those buckets called? Like not Tupperware buckets, but like those type of buckets. We used the lids off of them to beat each other up.
Containers.
Yes, those containers. And then like AK did a splash on me too. I think I did a backflip on him with him.
Yeah.
But then it comes to I went back and watched recently, which was just a phenomenal last man standing. It was a non-title. I didn't put up my title, but if you won, you got a rematch, or you got to wrestle Bulldozer for the world title for the first time.
Yeah.
And we had a really fun last man standing match. You hit the iconic headshot off the trampoline to me. It was in the KBW intro for years to come. Just really good. Really good match, man. There was a lot of we used the Shrek chair in that one. You did like the flapjack where I fucking ate shit on the Shrek chair.
Was that the
you clocked me with it one time?
I'm trying to think of the spear through the table. Is that it, or is that the different?
No, you didn't spear me through the table in a match with me and you.
Yeah.
You speared me through the table in a match with CJ. I wrestled CJ in a tables match.
That's what that was. Okay.
Yes, it was the end of the video after I'd beat you up and I'd screwed you over. Then you speared me to end the video through the table. But you did hit the spear off the trampoline in Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm. And I remember I speared you. Oh yeah, this is funny. I forget what it was called, but you had in your yard. It was those 2 satellite dishes like close to each other.
Oh yes,
And
so
we
like
had
there
that
was the siding of the trailer. The trailer of my house. They had like the little siding to cover up the bottom of the trailer. We had a piece that broke off. We put it in between 2 satellite dishes, and he speared me through it. And it's just such a dope visual.
Yeah, because
was that
you couldn't see it until I went through it because the cameraman was behind it. It was so dope.
Whoa! Oh my God! And right through.
Yeah, was that in the Extreme Rules or was that in the
I think that
Last Man Standing?
I think that was the Extreme Rules. It feels earlier.
I do too. Then you also put me through a table in the Extreme Rules where we set it up on the 2 podiums because I jumped over the top of it and then you put me through it, right?
Like a little spine buster type of thing.
Yeah, like a little spine buster type move through it. But there's more iconic shit in the Last Man Standing that I'm forgetting about, right? Because like I remember the Shrek chair was one, the big boot we hit.
Ben, I remember we was so hyped about that chair shot, the Shrek chair, because it was so like loud and gnarly.
It was loud.
It was like pop, and it was like, dude,
it popped good.
Yeah, it was so loud, but I was like, bro, that's
crazy. Also the first. I think that's also the first one-on-one we had that the Playhouse was there. So we used the Playhouse in a lot of ways, right?
I think I flipped you over on top of it.
You did a suplex and like I bounced on the damn.
Yes.
Do you remember this, Dut?
Yeah.
Do you remember me bouncing on the damn Playhouse? That sucked. But there's more iconic moments in this I can't even remember.
I'm trying to think. We had so many matches; they all kind of run together in my mind. But
but like I remember
Was there a ladder involved in the Last Man Standing?
No, ladder wasn't until the Iron Man match that we got the ladder involved.
All right. I need to go back and watch it. It's been a while since
I do too. I do too. Maybe we react to the Last Man Standing match.
Maybe so.
We react
because that'd be a fresh reaction.
Yes, because I can't remember it either. Maybe that's the one. That's what we're gonna pick this week. We're gonna react to the KBW Kage versus AK Last Man Standing match.
Okay.
Then we go to the Iron Man match, and I kind of remember more about the Iron Man match in this one, right? I was wearing the best in the world. You were still wearing the yes.
Yes. I remember you bleeding from your elbow.
That was not in this match.
It wasn't?
No, that was in a match for me and D-Man that I was bleeding from my elbow. Okay. This match, though, had the ladders involved, right? Because the Money in the Bank was right before.
Yeah.
Again, whole reason we got these ladders, and why they're in later seasons of KBW, they were Bulldozer's grandpa's. So he had to ask to borrow his grandpa's truck, then stack the ladders in the truck, then drive them to my house. Oh. That's one of the reasons we didn't have another ladder match until we eventually moved locations to Bulldozer's house. In the later seasons of KBW TV episodes, where most of them are at Bulldozer's house. The earlier ones where we got the porch in the background is my house. Right?
I got my ass chewed out for those ladders every time.
Really? Why's that?
You better bring my ladders back in one piece.
Yeah, that one you pushed me off the ladder in the Iron Man. We fell down. With that headshot where I jump off and there's a ladder leaned up against the trampoline and you headshot me. That's the one where I do the moonsault on you with the ladder on top of you. A lot of fun stuff that we did in that match that I thought was good. You tossed me off the trampoline and my face hit the side of the trampoline, the metal.
That was dope, yeah.
But I think that's what launched the story a little bit more because CJ comes out, screws you over at the end, hits you with a steel chair.
Yeah.
Which then starts the Renegades. Mm-hmm. You know? And it kind of helps in your story. Like, AK had this, like, roller coaster ride of Season 2. Wins the championship, loses the championship. Or wins the championship, beats me, loses the championship to me. Right? Comes back with the Bulldozer, loses the Royal Rumble, loses Bulldozer. Comes back, beats me, beats Bulldozer in the same night, wins the World Heavyweight Championship. We strip him of the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
gets Dynamite as a friend, right? Gets CJ as a friend, right? All right. It leads to eventually me and him and Iron Man. His friends turn on him, right? Back to back. First CJ, then Dynamite, and he loses both titles. He didn't win both titles. He lost the world title in that match, right? Then eventually, that's why he developed this storyline of the Renegades, eventually wins the title, is the world champion for pretty much the rest of the time of KBW after he wins it at Renegade Revolution. So, a lot of ups and downs until I finally won the belt from him in that last rematch. But I don't think KBW got good at wrestling until after the Iron Man match. I really think it's the start of season 3. Yeah. Right, we go season 2 all the way up until the Money in the Bank and the Iron Man, and then after that starts season 3. Season 3, season 4, the best season. Season 4 probably the best season.
You know, it's so funny because
season 3.
Your backyard, right, is so iconic. But I feel like a lot of our best matches is at Bulldozer's house because
it's Bulldozer's backyard.
That's where the later seasons were. So
yeah, I think the most iconic matches are. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tie because we got Money in the Bank 2 and both Royal Rumbles at my house. Right. And then you got the Tag TLC. Well, all of our earlier rivalries there too. But then you got the Leather Strap, our Triple Threat match, our Renegade Revolution match, the All or Nothing pay-per-view where you turn. All of that is at Bulldozer's house.
Yeah. Also, we got to talk about the rap battle we did.
We had a rap battle. We had a house brawl. Where I legitimately got in my car, drove about a mile down the road, beat him up in his house, stuffed him in my trunk. He legitimately rode in my trunk all the way back to my house. And then I opened the trunk and he punches me in the gut and he starts beating me up there. Yeah. So iconic because, that's why I think our ideas went to a new level. How do we separate ourselves from kids just resting in the backyard? Oh my God, he put him in the trunk of his car. Also, again, one of the reasons KBW was so successful, no parental supervision. None of my family should have let me do this.
Yeah,
I had bad parents. I'm not sad to say it. I had some rough parents, I guess, at that time. They knew we were wild. And again, a lot of this we hid from them. We didn't tell them we were doing any of this. No. I hid a lot of this from them. I did not let them watch KBW. They didn't know KBW had the following it did until we started getting paid from KBW.
Yeah.
So,
and also they're older.
I shouldn't blame it all on my parents.
Internet, really, they was like, oh, they're doing
yeah, YouTube had just kind of popped off. Anyways, YouTube wasn't as prevalent as it is today.
Yeah, they didn't understand what we were actually doing, killing ourselves out there. But
we weren't really killing ourselves. We were doing wild stunts, but mostly it was me.
I mean, there was a few
especially
times
in the early season.
You could have broke something.
I could have broke something. I did. I broke the house multiple occasions. I broke the porch on multiple occasions.
Oh, the porch. Right? It's so funny from season 1 how
to season 3 how bad the porch got.
Yeah. Oh,
just slowly but surely we ruined the porch.
One of the funniest bloopers was Maxzilla when he tried to grab it. And he fell off.
He just rips it off. I think that was Money in the Bank.
And Maxzilla. And the train. They're all going against Kage. They're just working on Kage. Lick after lick.
I think that was Money in the Bank. He was trying to climb up it. No, I thought you were about to say the funniest blooper. Kage versus the Beast. I used to do the signature shoulder tackle up off the top. And I go to jump, and the porch just... The railing of the porch just comes out of them, and I eat shit.
Sis. Oh my God! The porch just broke as Kage jumping off of it. Yeah. What in the world has happened? The porch has just collapsed. Oh! And he does it.
I knew we were going to talk about this eventually, but my goodness, bro.
So much stuff, bro. So much. You gotta love it. But yeah, man, the rivalry is such a huge deal at KBW, and why it's basically the foundation of KBW, I would say. Like, basically
absolutely, it's the foundation. I agree. I think it's absolutely the foundation of KBW, and I feel like I rushed it a little bit going through the matches. Do you have favorite memories of the AK versus Kage rivalry, Bulldozer?
Yeah, it is absolutely the foundation of KBW. The whole time is you two are the biggest stars pretty much, and it's always, even when you weren't in that rivalry, you knew eventually you were gonna work your way back to each other. And my favorite, again, my personal one, and I guess maybe it was because of the raw reaction I got because I didn't watch it live, was the leather strap match. Because again, as you said before, y'all recorded while at my house while I was gone, and so my first viewing of it was when we were commentating, and it was like raw reaction, like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was brutal. I think that's the most brutal we've ever gotten in a KBW
we were
match.
older. We was like at our apex. It was much older.
Much tougher. Had a lot more to prove.
I got tougher. Not as tough, as a Kage, but as we already talked about on the podcast, I wouldn't take a lot of stuff early seasons. I was kind of a wimp, I would say, and didn't want to take much. And I was just kind of, a little scaredy cat in the beginning. I was kind of like, don't want to get hurt type of situation. But the more and more we wrestled, the more like confidence I gained. The more like I wouldn't say like super super crazy stuff, but I did some. I definitely did some gnarly stuff later in the seasons that I didn't expect I would do early on. So
I agree, and I feel weird because we're only talking about singles matches because there's a lot of good multi-mans in there that I feel like would have to be touched on. But me or AK was always in the main event scene. I don't think there's a main event of a pay-per-view that we weren't a part of. There's like, if I'm not champion, pretty much AK is champion.
Yeah.
Besides the small time that CJ and D-Man held the world title for the small period of season 3. Like, for the most part, me and AK are always champion, or at least we're always in the scene to fight for the belt, except for the time D-Man and won that world title, and then CJ beat him for it a couple weeks later. Right. Because, again, I only trusted me and AK to be able to call matches. That's why I was so happy at the end of KBW, where it seemed like Paul Wall came back in. He was a good wrestler. Bulldozer found his groove. He was a good wrestler I could put in the main event. Pac-Man, it seemed like he was elevating himself up. Pac-Man could be in the main event. Bambi Kid, had a great world title match right before our triple threat at Blood, Sweat, and Tears. We had a world title match between Bambi Kid and AK-47 that was really good. Oh, yeah. I feel like it gets slept on a lot of how good it was. Big Time Mike, the emergence of Big Time Mike helped kind of finish out the main eventers for me in my head.
And that's what you got to touch on as well, because we talk about me and Bama Kid, it's basically me and you, so it's kind of like times 2 in a way. So, like, yeah, me and you had our rivalry, right? And we had a lot
But
of
we
matches.
developed all of that good chemistry, and then we reused it in the Bama Kid matches.
Exactly. So we had a lot of matches, as me and you, like Kage and AK-47, but also I had a good amount of matches with Bama Kid, which is also you. So we wrestled a lot of times. So
I can only think of 4 singles though that y'all did. Can you think
still
of
a good handful though, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And then multi-mans as well. A lot of multi-mans y'all were involved in. This rap battle though is classic.
Got it. Definitely drop some clips in here from the rap battle.
I would drop some clips of the bars that we dropped. Which made it even better is that Paul Wall was filming it behind the camera, and between every bar he started saying, "Oh, oh," and so like then Bulldozer jumped in. I think T-Rex and Make the Brick were there. They jumped in, and so everybody between every bar is like, "Ooh, ooh," because they didn't know what we had planned to say, right? Yeah. And we said some wild shit at that time.
I'm done with this. You're wasting my time. I'm gonna make you retire for a second time.
Ooh!
AK-47's not a champ at all. All I see is a dick with no balls.
Oh! Damn.
Your rapping is a little off, but I ain't going to pout. I'll probably hear you a little better if you get Mr. O's cock out your mouth.
Oh! Damn.
I ain't never sucked up to Mr. O in the past, but I'll get my cock out your mouth when you get them renegades from up your ass.
Oh!
It was so fun, though.
Yeah. That it led to like, not only was that rap battles, and then it led into gauntlet matches that we had to pick each other's opponents.
That was.
Do you remember who you wrestled in the gauntlet?
The gauntlet. I wanted the gauntlet. Was it Jacob Storm?
I want to say it was Jacob Storm, Hazard, and Pac-Man is who you wrestled.
Okay, yeah.
I think
Hazard,
you wrestled. Cause I dressed up as Hazard for the first time in that video.
Yeah.
Jacob Storm and Pac-Man, and you did get a win back on Pac-Man. I forgot about that when we was talking to him last week, but eventually you beat him again. Again, he was on his losing streak at that time.
Right.
I wrestled all 3 Renegades. I wrestled Mick the Brick, T-Rex, and then the Beast in my gauntlet.
Which made total sense because why wouldn't
yes, it did.
Why wouldn't I choose them?
Yeah, but we want to know what you fans think of the AK versus Kage rivalry. Tell us in the comments below, what is your favorite match from the Kage versus AK rivalry? What is your favorite moment? Do you have what you consider to be like the defining moment of the Kage versus AK rivalry in your head? Or like what hooked you in? Is it the house brawl? Is it because we did a second house brawl, not as good as well.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we did do a second house brawl at my mom's old house, and you stuffed me in the trunk at the end of the video as a callback to the first house brawl. Again, just like that Renegade Revolution match, it got dark really fast, so we didn't get great footage of it all. But I want to end the podcast off. Bulldozer has got some questions from the comments for us. We'll end the podcast answering these last questions. And one of the membership perks will be that you will get to ask us questions that we must answer on the podcast. This is the last week we're picking from the comments. Bulldozer, out of the kindness of his heart, picked from the comments. We're going to answer a bunch of questions. He picked about 5 questions we're going to answer from comments. From now on, though, you have to be in the membership, which is going to start February 1st. We're going to start the month of February. It'll be the first month of the membership. If you want to join the KBW membership, tell us what tiers you want. This will be one of the perks to the tiers. Go ahead.
All right, boys, I got some good questions for us. I think. Let's see here. First question is going to be... we kind of touched on this last week, and it's kind of for me, but it's were Bulldozer and Jacob Storm enemies in real life, or are they cool? And no, we were not enemies in real life. I like Jacob in real life. I just, sometimes breaking out that persona just kind of makes you still want to say, I hate that guy, stuff like that. But no, me and Jacob were cool. So I just wanted to go ahead and answer that question and throw it out there. The second one is from our man Rinsler.
Ooh.
And I think it's really good. Yeah, he's got two questions here. The first part is, did you ever consider putting 2 trampolines together instead of just one, so we could have more room? So we could have more room to wrestle. And were ropes ever considered? That was the first part of that question.
Yes and no. Like, I don't think we ever wanted to put 2 trampolines together just because we didn't have 2 trampolines. It was really about convenience. Who's got a trampoline? Whose trampoline can we use this week? Mm-hmm. Like, that would have meant buying you a trampoline. And when I finally started getting paid from KBW and had enough money to buy a second trampoline, I asked to buy a ring. That's how we all started training to be pro wrestlers. I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, I'm trying to buy a ring so we could start wrestling in a ring for KBW. Right. He said, I don't feel comfortable selling a kid a ring. However, I will train you guys. Me and AK then start training to be professional wrestlers. Even Bulldozer, for a little bit of time, started training to be a professional wrestler. He ended up going down a different path. But we all trained to be professional wrestlers. We actually got some stories that we could tell about our trainer later on.
We do. But we should get the trainer on if we can.
I definitely love the look of ropes. We actually got to do some crossover events later on where we went up to a ring with ropes, a trampoline with ropes. That was really cool. Yeah. But no, we never thought about it because we just didn't have the money. And when we eventually did got the money, we started putting all of that money into actually training, and KBW took a back seat in a lot of ways.
Right. Well, idea I had, it was actually later, I think, into KBW, and I still think it would be a pretty good idea today. I wish we could have took the trampoline, right, and kind of dug a hole in the ground and put the trampoline in, and then so kind of made it level with the ground, and then put the ropes
on the ground.
The trampoline. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I think that would have been such a genius idea. But again, it was kind of
That would have took a lot of digging and work from either your grandfather or my dad or your dad.
Yeah, Kage.
I feel like we could have done it in my yard.
Okay. I was about to say Cage's dad was like, hell no.
Definitely not.
I don't know if you guys remember. My dad actually made me a world championship belt. I don't know if I ever showed you. I wish I still had it because I was always too big to wrap the replica around me, and so he kind of took the pieces off and put it on like a bigger thing, and I was able to wrap it around me, and I loved that so much.
That is dope. Yeah. Do you remember that we did have 2 titles? I forgot about that. That's not the original belt behind AK. We bought a second one because the first one, I think, we got faded or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, God, it got bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would have been cool. I just think then that eliminates the dives. That is another reason that made KBW so cool. So we did a bunch of dives to the outside. But again, that would have took way too much work, and we weren't that intuitive. We just knew how to turn the camera on.
We were kids.
Yeah, we were kids. We were children.
And then the second part of Renzo's question, I think this is a good one for you, Kage. He said, "Did it ever disappoint you that you were never able, or I guess still never able, to be Kage in any other promotion? I would argue your best work came as a heel, and you've never been able to portray it on screen."
That's funny that he says that because I believe some people say that we had a comment a couple weeks ago said that Kage sucked as a heel. So it's very funny that he thinks that some of my best work. I still think there will be a day that I take off this mask and Kage will come out. I will not be going by the Kage name just because there's already a Brian Kage and a Christian Kage. I don't think it works.
Yeah.
A lot of cages in wrestling and it doesn't seem original. And it would take too much. And when people say, "Oh, you're just copying these guys," it would seem even weirder for me. Like, no, I had this name as a backyard wrestler. I think in KBW, I'm the same size as everybody else, if not bigger. That heel persona works better when I'm a bigger guy. When I started wrestling, I was 130 pounds. When I started pro wrestling, I was 130 pounds. No one is going to buy me as a heel. I had to become a babyface. I could fly around and use my speed and quickness. The older I've gotten, the more muscle I put on. I've gained a lot of weight in my 10 years of pro wrestling. I think now if there was ever a time where I would be believable as a bad guy, it is now. However, I've never been upset that I could have wrestled. I think I had a very successful career as Kage, and I think I'm having a very successful career as Fuego del Sol. I don't think either of those are mutually exclusive, and I don't think that that is ever going to limit me, that I couldn't go back and do something like Kage, or I couldn't come back and keep doing something like Fuego del Sol. I definitely think I will be heel in the future. The longer you're in wrestling, the more the business makes you bitter and mad, and you want to turn heel anyways. So that's the route I'm on right now, I feel like.
Hell yeah.
All right, the next question, and I guess these last 2 questions sort of kind of run together. I'm going to ask them separate. Number 3 is from @IZXYYT. He said, "Do you think when we all have kids, we want them to continue the KBW name and do backyard wrestling if they want to?"
I'll say I have 3 daughters. Yeah. I'm never going to not allow them to do anything they want to do. But the more that I think about it, it was very irresponsible what we were doing. It was extremely irresponsible.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one getting hurt, but still, as if you were my parents, why would you just be like, "Oh, it's okay that you're the only one getting hurt, son, not everybody else"?
What I will say, if let's just imagine right now, you have another child, you have a boy, I have a boy, AK has a boy, and they're all relatively the same age, and they found our videos, discovered our old videos, and come to us and said, we want to do it. I feel like with supervision, we could allow it.
Yeah, but I'm not giving them my channel, to be honest. To ruin the quality of what... in my head, the standard of KBW is too high. That's the reason we filmed extra videos that we will put out probably on the membership stuff that I just didn't feel like met the quality of good KBW videos. Right? It's like... I feel like we got too good at wrestling, but we also got too big to be wrestling on a trampoline. You know what I'm saying? They coincided with each other and they started actively fighting against each other. We needed a ring, or we needed to stop doing it. And I think we stopped doing it. you know,
Yeah.
because we got too good. We started taking it too seriously, and we got good. We actually started wrestling in a ring. We moved on to bigger things. But looking back on it now, I feel like we wasted another couple prime years. If I don't go to college, we wrestle for another 2-3 years. We could have been making even more money. We probably could have had even better storylines. And I have a bunch of storylines in my head about what I would have probably done if I would have had the time to do it.
Ooh.
And that's another podcast one day. Yeah.
And then the last question, no doubt, the most asked question. I'm not even going to link a specific user. Will there ever be another KBW season?
I just don't think so. I think there could be more KBW matches. I think we could get together and I would love if the membership made enough money to do a giant reunion show, and we get as many guys as we can and bring them for a Saturday barbecue. We do a big barbecue on a Saturday and invite all these guys, and we have promo battles, and the people that want to have matches, but it's not necessary. But just even if it just capped off at a me versus AK match, or a me versus, or are you in a match with Big Time Mike or somebody like that, or we set up a ring and we had a lumberjack match where me and AK and y'all are all lumberjacks. We could do something like that. But unless we made enough money to get everybody together, I just feel people have real jobs now. People have real schedules. They don't want to take their Saturday away from their spouse, their kids, and come reminisce about the good old days. I just don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
But never say never. You never know.
Never say never, indeed.
But that wraps up the questions I found. I hope we answered them, guys. And again, as Kage said, we are going to allow questions on the membership tier. So if you got any more questions you're dying to know, stay tuned for that. Yeah, you definitely can ask them in the tiers once you become a KBW member, man. We really love doing this podcast.
February 1st, just remember that.
Starts February 1st, and we're also thinking about branching out and doing our own podcast. We enjoy doing this so much. If you enjoy the chemistry and would like us to talk about other stuff, video games, movies, pop culture, whatever, not just in the realm of KBW, we are thinking about doing something like that because we enjoy the chemistry we have. If you enjoy the chemistry we have, you enjoy getting through this podcast, tell us if you'd like us to have a different podcast. But I think that's it for this week, boys, right?
That's it. That's all I got.
It.
Make sure you jump on Twitch on Sundays to play against AK-47. He also streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll be streaming as well. All of our Twitch links and our social medias will be in the description below. Thank you for joining us this week. Join us later this week for the Reacts channel. And we hope to see you in the comments. Love you all. Thank you all. Peace.
Peace.